Hey everybody, this is Jason, Collector of Zombies, and I have a Christmas response giveaway video contest to give to you all, my lovely viewing public fans, from Cuban Collector Jonathan. So in true Jonathan and Cuban Collector form, I should say, hello chicos, this is Jason live from Indiana, coming at you with a video for your buttocks. Hold on, wait, that's not the same guy, sorry. But anyways, I want to do a video. So he had like 5 questions or something like that, and so I'm going to make sure I respond and do that. So here we go. He asked a question, YouTubers that I recently have picked up and started watching. The first is Angel, Bronx Bomber out of Florida. Enjoy his video. He's real down-to-earth dude. I really enjoy what he does. He'll do a video in a laundromat. He'll do a video outside. He'll do a video in his truck. Wherever he can get a chance to do it, he's going to do a video, which I really like. He's like a real down-to-earth guy. And I also like how he kind of just like shoots from the hip. Like, I can tell like when he sits down and does a video, he doesn't really know what he's going to talk about, which is good. Like, it's not a bad thing. But like, he just kind of just says, this is on my mind, I'm just going to say it. And it's not polished, and I think that's what keeps it real. So I enjoy that. So Angel, keep it up. The other guy is named Hardball Crazy. I don't know his real name, but I've found his videos over the last couple of weeks as well. The cool thing about him is he's like literally one of those guys that everybody in the whole community can enjoy because he does box breaks, he'll do slabs, he has vintage. He talks about the Negro Leagues. He had a whole video dedicated to something that's true to my heart, which is Japanese baseball players, and had a breakdown of their video, of their cards and things of that sort. So he's one of those guys that's kind of like, you can't really find anything that you don't enjoy because he kind of hits it all on all cylinders. So that's another one I really enjoy. The next question he had is YouTubers that I would like to have their collections. So I had to write these down because these questions weren't just like, name your favorite ball player. It was like he had specific, questions. So Jonathan, thank you for making me write all this stuff down to keep up with it. So the next one, like I said, was YouTubers that I would like to have their collection. I kind of come up with 2 for that as well. The first one up is those black pages, aka those back pages. Elton, his channel is really awesome. I really enjoy his channel just because he's like literally like a brother from another mother. We have a lot of stuff in common. I really enjoy just the stuff that he talks about, which is that like the details in the history of slabs and collecting in the 90s and inserts and then in comic books and just a little bit of everything. And I think I really enjoy that because he is very knowledgeable. And that's the one thing I'll talk about, because if you come to my channel, I feel like I'm not like God's gift to history of baseball card collecting and all that jazz. But what I can tell you is that I feel like I'm knowledgeable. But Eric is very knowledgeable. He's the professor, even though Alex is the real professor. But he's like the professor of baseball, and I think it's really good because either he knows it just because he knows it, or because he studies up on it and then he does these videos. I don't know which one's which. It might be a combination of both, but it's very impressive. So he's the first one. But his collections are amazing. And because he talks about slabs and vintage and inserts and rookie cards, and it's really cool. I like his collection, so I would like to take it. The other person is Andrew, Enough Said Cards. He has a great taste in pre-war baseball cards. I mentioned this in another video, but I never really cared about pre-war until I found his channel, and now I just can watch him talk about whatever because I know it's quality stuff and I enjoy what he has to show and say about the cards. And again, he's another student of the game and of the cards. He'll do like postcards from different parts of the baseball world, and he'll tell you a history of the day it was written or the week it was written or what was happening in that player's life during that postcard. I mean, it's just like things that I would never even think to even talk about or even to research. He's like looking into it. So those guys are really cool because of the wealth of knowledge, and so it makes you just want their collections because it is so impressive. The next up is, what card in another person's collection would you want? That's easy. I collect Ichiro Ray, all his cards. He collects Ichiro. I'm an Ichiro collector as well. Nowhere near on the level that he has it at, but I mean, I could go through his very first video a year ago or 2 years ago, whenever it was, to last month when he did his last video, and I would say I'd like to have all those cards. So that's that one. So, Ray, if I ever find out where you live, I might come like a thief in the night and take all your Ichiro cards. But I will leave an IOU. The next up is, name your favorite Christmas movie. And because it's the season, it's that time of the year. So I have two of my favorite Christmas movies. One's a traditional Christmas movie, I think, and the one is a little bit of a non-traditional oddball. So my traditional Christmas movie is Chevy Chase's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Do you see the line, Russ? No, Dad, I don't see the line. So that would be this would be my favorite Christmas movie of all time. I have tons of Christmas movies I love this time of the year that I really enjoy, but by far this is probably the most hysterical Christmas movie because all it is shenanigans abound. Shenanigans. I'm pretty sure I'm not telling anybody anything they don't know, but if you have not seen this movie, you may not be a true American. You need to watch this movie if you have not yet seen it because it is hilarious. My second movie that I think of during Christmas time, which is not as traditional, but I love it as much, is not Christmas until you see Hans Gruber fall from Nakatomi Tower. Does anybody know where that's from? That would be Die Hard. Yes, Die Hard is one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. John McClane and Hans Gruber going at it in Nakatomi Tower in 87 or 86, whenever that was. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen, and it happens to be during Christmas. Great 80s action film. It's the movie that put Bruce Willis on the map as an action star because he looked like the everyman. You know, everybody was used to seeing like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Sylvester Stallone, those guys like ripped and just like muscles on top of muscles on top of muscles. And, Bruce Willis, though he obviously got in a lot better shape as the years went on, he's got himself a little chiseled out and all. When he did these movies, he was like a normal looking guy. I mean, he was a healthy looking dude, but he wasn't like ripped. And it was just a great movie for sure. And I would say as a third movie would be Gremlins. I love Gremlins, another great Christmas movie. And, but that's neither here nor there. And then lastly, he wants you to show off like a little bit of a showcase of a Cuban-born player from your collection, like a little Cuban showcase, because Jonathan is Cuban by his heritage, being there in Miami. And so he wants to get a little Cuban love. And initially I was like, I don't have any Cuban players, but I recently just picked up a Cuban rookie card of a 1980s icon. And I have mixed feelings about this guy. A lot of you all know I'm not a fan of people who got caught juicing. And he's one of the worst ones because he got up there and told everybody he wasn't juicing. He was, unfairly accused. And then not too long after that, it came out that he actually was. He was actually got caught doing it. The test came back and he was officially branded a cheater because the test said so. But I love the 80s icons, and I will always collect the rookie cards, and I'll always still look to those cards as kind of like, just milestones in my childhood. When I ripped a pack and I pulled this guy out, I would be so excited. I had a binder full of his cards, probably 5-6 pages in the 80s and the early 90s of his cards. And that person, with no further ado, is the 1987 Donruss number 43 of Rafael Palmeiro. So as you all know here, Rafael Palmeiro has definitely Hall of Fame numbers. How much of those Hall of Fame numbers are authentic and how much of those were generated by cheating? No one knows, and that's the purpose. That's the reason why it's hard to tell these guys are going to go to the Hall of Fame or not, because you don't know what's real or what's fake. At the end of the day, that's really what it boils down to, in my humble opinion. But Rafael Palmeiro had Hall of Fame numbers, and he definitely should have been there, but he unfortunately had ruined it by cheating. But he is a Cuban-born player, a monster from the 80s and the 90s, and was definitely a feared hitter throughout his career. And when I look at this card, I think back to, 10, 11-year-old Jason and go, man, I was just ripping 87 Don Russ, hoping to get a Palmeiro rookie card out of it. Because Palmeiro Maddox wasn't a thing yet, at least not in my world. But Palmeiro, I remember him and Sandberg and Dawson during the Cubs. I was all about that. So anyways, guys, this is my response video for Cuban Collector. Hopefully it works. And Jonathan, I hope you continue to have great success, sir. You're my brother, and I appreciate you tremendously. You have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And until next time, peace, love, and some hair grease. I'll see you, Jonathan, in Fortnite.